Hey, what's going on, guys? So with the recent Monster Crown reveal of both the Supergro and Atomic Clock mechanics, as well as the current Team Grow versus Team Clock debate ensuing to determine which function will release early, I figured now is a good time to go over every known Atomic Clock and Supergro forms, both from a lore and design standpoint, and I have something special to show off at the end, that being Jungro's official SG design, so special thanks to Jason for that. Now, if you're asking yourself, what's Supergro and what's Atomic Clock, I do recommend checking out my video going over Monster Crown's evolution mechanics. You can check that out later, but for now, these are basically transformations akin to the Mega Evolution mechanic that can occur with a specific item and monster. For example, Venusaur needs a Venusaurite to Mega Evolve, much like these monsters either need an Atomic Clock or a Supergro to undergo these specific changes. Anyways, with that being said, sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Alright, so we're going to kick things off with the Atomic Clock. So, firstly, if you didn't know, the Atomic Clock is essentially this magic item that can age your monsters by a significant amount of time. Take Dracoyle AC, for example. After reaching the young age of 1,000 years old, Dracoyle undergoes a rapid transformation into its AC or Atomic Clock form. It's said that no tamer has ever managed to fully age their Dracoyle, although imitators, on the other hand, are a commonplace. This form of Dracoyle sacrifices speed in favor of its immense physical strength and magical resistance. It's said that seeing an aged Dracoyle descending upon the shoreline is a magnificent yet melancholy sight, for it means certain destruction. Next up, we got aged Darwhol, who's said to finally have achieved its goal of taking back the land that was once its home, and as of such has become a land monster as opposed to its previous aquatic nature. After many years of anger, resentment, rage, and wrath, Darwhol can finally rest, and as of such, this form of Darwhol is said to be much more lighthearted and happy than its former self. It's also said to be quite clumsy due to its rapid transformation as well. So those two were also discussed in our Monster Crown starters video if you've already seen it, but I was very surprised to notice that a lot of people didn't know that there's a third Atomic Clock form. I've seen a lot of people throwing around the false pretense that we know of 3 Supergro forms and only 2 Atomic Clock forms, therefore Supergro should come out early because it has more content, but that's not the case. During the Monster Crown Early Access trailer, if you pay very close attention, we actually do get to see a clear rendition of the Atomic Clock form of Gorgem. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of information regarding Gorgem's Atomic Clock form, but as we can see from this image, he gets bigger and looks a lot meaner, so perhaps after 1,000 years of living in Dew Cave, he's had enough and he's planning on the destruction of the world, I don't know. But what I do know is he's looking pretty cool. Now, onto Supergro, it's a very interesting one in that it seems to feed off of plants or the biological in some way, shape, or form. It's been previously described as plant steroids, so you see where I'm kind of going with this. The first Supergro form that I'm sure a lot of people already know about is Supergro Apo, which of course is actually present within the game as of right now as a standalone NPC that can give you an item capable of reversing all Laz into Apo. Not much is known about Supergro Apo other than the fact that it's very powerful unlike its base form, and we do know that it doesn't like Laz very much, so we can probably safely assume that it hunts Laz down using its Apo's light to revert them back into their regular state. Another very newly revealed, yet hinted at in the past Supergro form is of course Supergirl Laz. Now, in this case, the virus is powered up rather than the monster itself, allowing it to break its limits and transcend into this beast-like form. We don't have much information about this specimen either, however, I do believe its design speaks for itself. I mean, look at this thing. Y'all want to talk about COVID-19. This thing transcends beyond such a simple virus. This thing's at least COVID-22, and its symptoms include the absolute destruction of its opponents. Now, jokes aside, let's jump to our last monster and our exclusive reveal of the video, and that being Jungro SG, but not the original concept art that was floating around quite some time ago. Oh no, we got something brand new, and this little guy here is the much cuter, more modern Jungro form, and he sort of follows the same idea as the original, in that the plants that initially joined this creature to become Jungro in the first place have powered up beyond their initial limits. Honestly, I'd say that Supergro being steroids for plants, or I guess for the biological, because again we have to talk about Laz's virus here, is one way to look at it, but I almost look at it like a transition of state. The Supergro is essentially a limit breaker, still akin to like a steroid or something, but for one specific aspect of the monster. For Laz it's a virus, for Jungro it's the plants, and for Apo I think it's the light within. But yeah guys, on that note, there you have it. Make sure to go over to the Monster Crown Twitter page and vote for either Supergro or Atomic Clock. The choice is truly yours to make, but I'm just going to say the clock gives us a dragon, so you might have to vote for it. Anyways, with all that being said, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more monster taming content. Follow me on Twitter at GymLeaderEd. You can check out my subscriber Discord as well as my Patreon, all links in the description. Until next time, peace.